Hard mode, hard mode, hard mode. Welcome to Sporcle Live on a Thursday. Yes, I can confirm it is Thursday yet again. Welcome to the space that I call home. I hope you guys are all having good in the place you call home as well. I'm not sure the words came out in the right order from my mouth there, but let's get back to the thing that matters, and that's trivia. I am here to tell you that tonight is going to be a fun one. Sporcle Live with a twist. Hard mode, does it mean a bunch of things that are not soft? No, it means difficult, people. So the idea here is they're difficult questions. If you find that they aren't difficult, whine about it in the comments if you want. But also feel good about yourself along the way, because these are supposed to really separate the brightest of the stars from the only mildly bright stars. So let's see how this goes. Before I get to that, of course, though, let's tell you about last night's winner. Who was it? It was none other than Scotty A. Scotty A. Congratulations, Scotty. Scotty A. Let us know in the comments what you think A stands for in the team name Scotty A. He left it up to us to figure it out. So you go ahead and let us know. Hopefully your name gets up there someday. If it gets up there tonight, you will know that you are a true star, as we are playing a little hard mode on Sporcle Live Trivia tonight. Before we get started, another thing that I hope you are engaging with us on throughout the week, every day of the week now, as we have even added Sundays this week, virtual trivia on Zoom. So Sporcle Live, Stump, Opinionation. Next week we're adding themes on top of the all topics trivia. I will tell you right off the bat that I have some times on there for my shows the next 2 nights, Fridays and Saturdays. Still working on a regular schedule, but yeah, get in there, play with me, get in there and play with anybody. It's awesome. All the Stump hosts are in there, all the Sporcle Live hosts are in there one by one. We're getting as many people back to work on that side as we can. It's a nice little game, and there's actually a way tonight you can earn a free game of it. If you would notice when you guys are signing up on the form today to submit your answers to this here game, there's a place where you can put an email address. That just lets you know all the different things we're doing. If you haven't noticed, we're doing a lot of things. So to keep you straight, we'll send you a schedule, and also doing so enters you into win a free game of sporcle.com/virtual trivia. Okay, so questions about that, let us be known. There's plenty of people waiting to answer those questions in the comments. They'll answer any of your questions about anything Sporcle related. I say that we got a lot going on, like our new app we released, Sporcle Party, bring the fun of Sporcle Live into your own home. Yeah, there's all kinds of game sets on there. We got all kinds of people creating new game sets for you to upload on there with all different themes, or maybe like the general stuff. But it's kind of, it just encompasses everything we're doing outside of your living room and now brings it into it. So download that app, play trivia any time of the day with anybody you'd like. Yeah, just don't forget us hope when the bars and restaurants get back to it, guys. Hard mode, hard mode. Let's do this thing. It's going to look similar otherwise when you're turning in your answers using the Google form today. Remember that you got to go to is.gd/register for on air to get this thing going. Once we do that and you get through the sign up and you give us that email address so that we can give you an updated schedule and you could potentially win a free game of virtual trivia, well, then I'm going to start asking you 10 questions and you'll have to submit your answers on there. As we have been doing on the on-air format, the easiest question, based on however many of teams get it right, ends up being the 10-pointer. The hardest question, which tonight we'll make it the ultimate hardest question, ends up being only worth 1 point. And then we rank them in between. It's not a wager system like you would normally have in a bar or restaurant. That is for scoring purposes. If you have more questions about that, let us know in the comments. But yeah, just give us the answer. We'll take care of the points and then post them on our Facebook page afterwards. Mystery round to follow. Final question to follow after that. Another thing that doesn't involve a wager, even though it normally would in a bar and restaurant. We'll talk more about those when we get there, but that's what's between us starting and us naming a winner. So let's do it here. is.gd/Sporcle Live answers. After you register is where you should end up going and getting this thing off. Okay? I've been told through my ear that this page should go away. So in my ear, you should get this page down so that people don't do that. So look in the comments if you guys want to go ahead and make sure that you saw the white one. Register for on air is what it should have been. Again, look in the comments there, but Sporcle or is.gd/register for on air. That's where everybody should be going. We'll give you a little bit of time here. I'll mess around with the comments to give people time in case you went to the wrong one there. But again, is.gd/register for on air. All right. Difficult night. Let's see, though. Some people root for that when they go out. And these are the ones. Everyone's always like, oh, you always are giving me too easy of nicknames questions. Please give me a harder nicknames question. I'm not sure anybody's actually saying that, but tonight's the night. Nicknames, number 1. And I'm just going to change this up every category. Hard mode nicknames, category 1. Category 2, hard mode actresses. Category 3, hard mode dinosaurs. Number 4, hard mode National Football League. Ignore the draft going on right now. Pay attention to us. Hard mode number 5 is TV parents. Number 6, hard mode governors. Number 7, hard mode singers. Number 8, hard mode accents. Number 9, hard mode authors. And number 10, viral hard mode moments. I'm ready to do this. Again, the categories, you didn't write them down. Don't worry about it. We're just going to get into it, and you're going to figure out how it goes. You get about a little over a minute on each question, and it already starts now with number 1. What New York City entertainment venue in Midtown Manhattan is nicknamed the showplace of the nation? So your answer in the form that you should be making sure you went to is.gd/register for on air is where you put the answer to this question. Again, what New York City entertainment venue in Midtown Manhattan is nicknamed the showplace of the nation? And just to make it extra hard for you to engage in the comments, let's just add like an extra thing that isn't actually worth points just to see if you know even more. What street is this place on? Or maybe it's on more than one street. I don't know. I don't even know the answer, but maybe you will, and you'll share it. No, wait, don't do that, because then it's a spoiler. Oh, wait, Fern, don't tell them to do that. Never mind, forget that. Peter, take me off the screen. Put a clock up. I can't believe No, don't give any spoilers in the comments, guys. Sorry I even considered asking an extra question about this place. We get that clock rolling, guys, to make sure that you get right to it. I didn't mention too much about the comments, but yeah, that's just for kind of engagement, nothing having to do anything with the question. I'll ask that question I just asked for the next one. And we're shaking the clock again. It's still doing it. It's been a week and it still goes. What New York City entertainment venue in Midtown Manhattan is nicknamed the showplace of the nation? It is... I'm doing this with my hands, but I should be doing it with my feet because I'm a rockette. The Radio City Music Hall, people. Radio City Music Hall. Okay, now, for question 2, your nerd point extra thing in the comments is, do you know what streets it's on? That's like your extra question for that one that you can answer while you also think of this for the real points. What actress has received 70 Academy Award nominations? Did I say 70? I meant 7. 7 Academy Award nominations, including for her roles in Iris, Little Children, and Steve Jobs. Iris the movie, not the Goo Goo Dolls song here, guys. What actress has received 7 Academy Award nominations, including for her roles in Iris, Little Children, and Steve Jobs? Little over a minute here. We can't give you too much time. The hard mode calls for a hard mode on the clock. The clock is winding down. I see in the chat some of you have been inspired to talk a little bit about Spinal Tap. There's a second loosely based version of Spinal Tap. I need to know this. I hope it's called like Shark Sandwich or something like that. None Mole Black. Make that clock shake. Yeah. What actress has received 70 Academy Award nominations, including for her roles in Iris, Little Children, and Steve Jobs? It is, in fact, Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet is your answer. I didn't think of an extra question about Kate Winslet, so let's just see who can name the most Kate Winslet movies in the comments. Number 3, in what geologic period did dinosaurs first appear? In what geologic period did dinosaurs first appear? That is your hard mode. Question 3. Do you think this is hard mode? Are you like, nah, I'm even harder mode than this? Congrats if you are. Otherwise, tell us all your opinions. They're allowed in internet chat boards. All right, guys, we're getting closer here to the end of this one. I see the IMDb of Kate Winslet popping up there. I thought I'd contribute to Reader because, you know, it was a good movie. Michael Shannon was great in that movie. I know I got a Michael Shannon fan watching, by the way, out there, but the clock's shaking. So, remember that time the clock shook on all the dinosaurs and they went away forever? Oh, that was rough. But this is different. Instead, we're talking about the times that they didn't go away. Instead, they appeared. It was, in fact, Triassic. Triassic is your answer to question 3. Get, you know, it works because the 3s. Let's go to question 4. Question 4, hard mode sports. Little Larry, Thurman Thomas, Junior Seau, and Chris Carter are among Pro Football Hall of Fame players who played for which NFL franchise? There you have it again. Let's repeat it to give you a little more time to think this one through. Larry Little, Thurman Thomas, Junior Seau, and Chris Carter are among Pro Football Hall of Fame players who played for which NFL franchise? And I suppose if I keep asking additional questions for the question before, what's the best dinosaur? Make your case in the comments. Thinking through these teams, I will tell you, I forgot that I could see what you guys were writing. So sorry I haven't been shouting out the first team in each question to get it right, but I am going to shout them out here. And it took a few people to get to the right answer this one. Get yours in here in the last 3, 2, 1. Okay, you ready? Shout out to Dylan's Traveling Cocaine Circus. Oh, that's a heck of a name. They were the first to get the correct answer here. Some of you are identifying other teams that some of these people were on, but at one point in all of their careers, they were all on the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa's team. That's the first time I've ever said that name over a microphone, and I did a pretty good job pronouncing it. Miami Dolphins are your winner there. I got to go back here and look at some of these cases for dinosaurs. But in the meantime, you tell me, Would a dinosaur win in a fight versus a Miami Dolphin and Kate Winslet? Yep, a dinosaur, Kate Winslet, and a Miami literal dolphin. Who would win? Name 2 of the 3 children of Carl and Harriet Winslow on the TV series Family Matters. Name 2 of the 3. Don't write 3. Write 2. If you write 3, you're only risking it for yourself. Don't do it. Name 2 of the 3 children of Carl and Harriet Winslow on the TV series Family Matters for hard mode number 5. Guys, I'm having a hard time keeping up with all this conversation over here. I identify with certain dinosaurs because they're vegetarian, those of you out there who are saying that. Otherwise, we're looking for these monster terrors out here. I'm still looking for some play-by-play on a dolphin from Miami, a dinosaur, and Kate Winslet in a fight, though. So let me know what you think on that. Shout out here to the first person that has got a correct answer in on this question. It was Brady Points. And I will give one more team a shout out here because they were the first to get the 3rd name correct. But the time is up, so let me tell you all what those 3 names are. The 2 that the majority of you wrote are Laura and Eddie. And the 3rd one that Doc Hudson, a most notable coward, was the first to get was Judy. Eddie, Laura, and Judy. Doc Hudson was also one of those teams that wrote all 3 because they're just like, oh, hard mode. I'm above that. Watch this. I'll hard mode your hard mode. Guys, it's the halftime break. Brought to you today by Sporcle Special Events. I can joke about this, or I can just get straight to it. We're hosts. Let us do what we want to do, and do it well. That is, entertain you with trivia questions in a setting among people you know. Yes, sporklelive.com/events, fundraisers, corporate events, private parties, team buildings, work happy hours, family Zoom gatherings. It's a time that digital is king, and we are trying our best to be in the King's Court. So bring us along for the fun. That was a great, someone write that down. I got to remember to say that King's Court thing again. I like that for this ad. But before we get to question 6, I also want to remind you that YouTube is what you are watching right now. Did you realize that? If you didn't, don't realize it again tomorrow when you're already on it. Did that make any sense? I'm not sure. But here's what I do know makes sense. Subscribing to Sporcle's YouTube channel, whether it's Podder Masters, Quiz Lab, Pop Quiz, Troll Trivia, or of course Sporcle Live on Air, which has stump shows, opinionation shows, theme content, Sporcle Live with a twist. Every night of the week, there's something for you to watch. So please, subscribe. If you didn't subscribe last week, then you must not care enough to listen to me. So I will try to come up with a more convincing argument before this all ends. Those of you who did subscribe, let us know that you are on there and and brag about it. Be like, I did subscribe. Let's go on. Question 6. Oh, I see that you can actually go ahead and, subscribe right there in the chat. Number 6, Jesse Ventura won the 1998 Minnesota gubernatorial election as a candidate for what political party? Jesse Ventura won the 1998 Minnesota gubernatorial election as a candidate for what political party? Oh yeah, good luck on this one. Hope you guys are having fun thinking about this one as that 60-second clock comes up. I just can't help but read anything that is in all caps in the comments. Therefore, I will shut out your team. Nancy and Emma. There, I just shout out your team. And I just said I have to shout out everything that's all caps. So, laces out, Dan. And, is there any... No, we put Meryl Streep. And Friends. That might not be all caps. That's an acronym. Titanic. I've currently just yelled things out that are all caps. And if you put it in all caps, maybe I'll yell it too. But don't do that thing where I yell something that I don't want to yell. Okay? Oh, wait, I forgot to pretend that the microphone works and hold it up to my mouth. Okay? So think through that clearly. There's still 30 seconds on this. I'll be quiet while I look up and see who was the first to get this one, and then I'll be back with 5 seconds to go. Time is up. All right. Jesse Ventura won the 1998 Minnesota gubernatorial election as a candidate for what political party? Total Recall was the first to get it right. They wrote the Reform Party. Reform is Jesse Ventura. What a character. Rest in peace, XFL. Let's move on. Question number 7 looks like this. What lead singer of the punk rock band Plasmastics, known as the Queen of Shock Rock, and for her mohawk hairstyle, also lent her first name and middle initial to one of Bowser's children in the Super Mario franchise? Lots to unpack there on hard mode. Question number 7. What I want to know in the comments, of course, continues to have to do with the question before, because no spoilers. What would you name your political party? As we get to about 45 seconds here, I have to continue to do what I said, which is yell things out that people write in all caps. David Miller wants me to yell skull, which will make my Minnesota Vikings brothers fan happy. Wait, Minnesota Vikings brother, who's a fan, happy. Alexandra, there, I yelled that out. You're welcome, Emma. You know what else I want to yell out other than Isaac and Beth? I want to yell out some people that subscribe. So from here on out, say, I promise I subscribed, and then I'll shout out whatever your name is if that's what you want me to do over the air. But hit that subscribe while you're sitting there looking. 10 more seconds to think about this and get in on the right answers like Doc Hudson. Doc Hudson did it again. They're the first to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done. You ready? The correct answer to this is not what the second person to turn in an answer in their form was. No, it's not Fern's mother, whoever wrote that. Fern's mother's watching though. Hi, Mom. Remember last week when we talked about Ireland? That was a good memory. Someday we'll go outside and take another trip. But in the meantime, let's think about this. The lead of the Plasmastics is none other than Wendy O. Williams. Luckily the O's in there, not to be confused with TV's finest, Wendy Williams. Wendy O. Williams, that is your answer to question number 7. I got to go over here. Emma Schaufman, you have promised you subscribe. That's the kind of thing that I want to shout answers out for. I also want to go and look at what these political parties that you guys claimed you would make up were. While you think about this one, question 8, the now closed 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station, which was the site of the 1979 partial meltdown, is located, oh boy, on the Susquehanna River, just southeast of which United States state capital? Oh, the now closed 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station, which was the site of a 1979 partial meltdown, is located on the Susquehanna River, just southeast of which U.S. state capital? I've been here. I know the answer. But do you? Number 8. get that 60-second clock up here, guys. As you think about it, I will go ahead and let you know. Matt! Oh, someone wants me to yell, go blue. Fine, I just said it. Is that close enough, John? Is that close enough to yelling it out? Again, Emma, thank you for subscribing. I want to see more people claim that they subscribe. That's who truly earns it. Joel Hartzler! See, I'm just yelling things out that I see on there. As I'm looking at these political parties, I like it. I like the fight for your right to party. I like it. I like it. The ain't no party. I'm supposed to say it like the other thing's in all caps, so I have to say that. I have to say it like ain't no party like ain't no party. I don't. Sometimes as trivia hosts, you pretend like you understand things, but I don't really understand that ain't no party comment that you're doing, Rock. You'll have to explain it to me. But another 15 seconds here for me to just read random things off of the comments section. John Maloney, you subscribed. That's why I just said your name with excitement. Who will join John Maloney? Oh my gosh. Someone asked me who was the first to answer the Wendy Williams question. That was once again Doc Hudson, the most notable coward, calling him out. But they did not get this one right first. The first one to get this one right was Ben Wyatt Fan Club, who, like me, has probably seen Hershey, Pennsylvania, and nearby Harrisburg. Harrisburg is your answer. Let's have the next thing you write about in the comments be nice things about Pennsylvania. I'm in Ohio, so we can say all kinds of nice things about that. A lot of people watching from Michigan. I'm curious where else you're from, so shout it out. But when you do so, let's all say nice things about Pennsylvania. I don't know why. I just got to come up with something. Number 9, who won the Pulitzer Prize for Literature in 1920 for her novel, The Age of Innocence? Hard mode, question 9. Tell me that Pulitzer Prize lit winner. "30 seconds to go here, guys. As I see more things coming in, I just like to continue to yell all capitals things. So Joel Moss, who was first to answer Wendy Williams? I told you, Doc Hudson. Zoinks Scoob, did you just want me to yell something ridiculous? Fine, you're welcome, Alexandra. Go Steelers, whatever, I'm a Browns fan. But I did say nice things about Pennsylvania, and I will admit, Pittsburgh is a pretty nice town. You come through the tunnel and you see it. Anyway, the clock is going to go. Yeah, there it went. And so we're going to go back to this question. Before we give this answer away, the hard mode here is that these are questions that at some point in time we have asked in bars or restaurants in our live shows, and these are the ones that had a really, really low percentage of correct answers. So this one actually only 16 teams, or 16% of our national audience answered correctly at the bars and restaurants. This being the first woman to win the award. Her name was known by, first among all of you guys, Eat Glass. It's Edith Wharton is the right answer. Nice job, Eat Glass, for answering that first correctly. You just beat Ben Wyatt Fan Club for getting 2 in a row on that. But again, that one was only known by 16% of teams. I should have been sharing that along the way. In case you're curious, so far of all the questions I asked, the one that had the lowest amount of percentage teams get it correct in the bars and restaurants was the Reform Party one. Only 8% of our live audience got that right when we asked in bars and restaurants. I'll let you know what percentage of people got question 10 right in bars and restaurants after I tell you what it is here. Here is question 10 in viral moments. Brittany Broski went viral on TikTok and other social media apps in 2019 for a video that showed her different reactions to her first taste of what beverage? So I'm not going to let you know just yet how many percent got that right, because somehow maybe that'd be a spoiler. I'm not really sure. But otherwise, give you some time to think about it. That 60-second clock will come up here pretty soon as I go back and look at more nice things that you wrote about Pennsylvania and whatnot. So keep it up. Keep shouting out where you're from. Looks like I got to yell Toledo, Ohio, River Falls, Wisconsin, I got to yell out Shroot Farms. I feel like I'm just yelling things from the same commenters over and over. So get yourself in the ring here and write something worth sharing. I know one thing worth sharing is that you subscribe to our channel. 60 seconds on question 10. In terms of the speed racers out here in hard mode today, it's been Ben Wyatt Fan Club and Doc Hudson, a most notable coward, getting in quicker than everybody else. And as that clock shakes once more, I will tell you that for question 10, the final of the races that I will announce, Ben Wyatt Fan Club was the first to get this correct answer in. Some other goofy answers along the way. Luckily, it wasn't Malort, because Malort is never the answer. No, this time the answer was, in fact, kombucha. Kombucha is your answer to question 10, as that one, 36% of people got right when it was asked in bars and restaurants at Sporcle live shows throughout the country. All right, guys, we're through the 10 questions. That ends the part where you're going to get points when we look at these after the fact now, based on whichever one of those the most teams got correct, that'll be the 10-pointer. Whichever one of those the least teams got correct, it's the 1-pointer. And then we'll rank them in between and give them 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But the mystery round is straightforward, and I'll get to that right after I remind you once again about our new app that we are so excited. It's been a long time in the making, and it's beautiful. Download it and you'll see it's not just fun to play, it's also fun to look at, I think. So Sporcle Party, bring the fun of people alive to your living room. Matt and Derek, of course, are the big wigs here at Sporcle, and so they're actually going to host a game tomorrow on the, what's the program there? Yeah, on the Quiz Lab, just making sure. I mean, I know that's their namesake program. 10 Pacific tomorrow, which of course is 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. Eastern is when you could watch that. And if you have the app, you can actually play along with them. They're going to do an episode right here on youtube.com/Sporcle, where you can play along during Quiz Lab with them on Sporcle Party. So anyway, even if you don't want to do that, get it, play it with your friends, play it with your family. It's time for that mystery round that I was talking about a minute ago, where you don't have to worry about the points. Instead, it's just 4 parts, each worth 2 points. If you're not already there, is.gd/SporcleMR. SporcleMR is what this one ends with, and I'm going to give you a mystery round. Why is it called a mystery round? Because you don't know what it is until this slide comes up. This time it is Irish actors. You are to name the actor who was born on the island of Ireland, who appears in each of the following films. So it's going to be 4 lists of a group of films. Each one of them star the same actor who was born on the island of Ireland, and you have to come up with all 4 of those answers, or not all 4. Whatever amount you get, we'll just give you 2 points for each correct one. So, as we get right to it here, hopefully you have that form up. Again, the actor who was born on the island of Ireland and appears in each of the following films. Who is it? Schindler's List, The Dark Knight Rises, and Taken. That's the first one. We'll move right along, and then I'll remind you of all 4 at the end. The second one for you to think about is the actor who was born on the island of Ireland and appears in each of the following films: Bend It Like Beckham, August Rush, and Mission Impossible 3. All right, how about the third set of movies that have an actor who was born on the island of Ireland? They are The Book of Eli, Sleepy Hollow, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I've got one more, and then I'll give you some time to think about these, of course. Minority Report, Miami Vice, and Total Recall. So 4 different sets of 3 movies. All the groups of 3 movies each have an actor that starred in all 3 of them, and those actors were born on the island of Ireland. It's your job to come up with those names. Let's go ahead and show all 4 on the screen. Allow me to back away and give you some time to think. I'll be going to the chats to, again, reminisce about Ireland and all the fun that I once had there. Plenty to think about, guys, but hard mode, so 60 seconds to get these in. "30 seconds left here as we are getting towards the end." You guys have slowed down on the comments on YouTube. What do I got to do to get you to start typing about things again? I do see that someone wrote, "TikTok is awesome," so I will go ahead and yell that out for you, Emma. Yeah, I see also somebody's going to be watching tomorrow during Quiz Lab from the Netherlands, so why don't you go again on that, whether you live in Holland or Holland, Michigan. It's a great thing to do. The clock is shaking, but I will again finish what I'm saying. Don't forget about Sporcle Party Play Along tomorrow on Matt and Derek's Quiz Lab right here at 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern. There's going to be an international audience, apparently. Speaking of international, this was a question about those folks born across the pond. Not in England, though, in the island of Ireland. Let's go through each of these. Remember that each are worth 2 points. I will tell you that this made its way into hard mode today because when we asked this at bars and restaurants across the country, the average score between 0 and 8 was less than 4. So that's tough for what we're trying to do, but it's a low average. Let's see if you guys get more than the national average here and get at least 2 of these right. Schindler's List, The Dark Knight Rises, and Taken, the most gotten of the 4, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, there he is. What about number 2? Well, it's another guy named Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers is your answer to part 2 of this. Part 3, also worth 2 points, is none other than Michael Gambon. Michael Gambon is your answer to number 3, and there's one more to go. For part 4 of the mystery round, it is Colin Farrell. 2-2-2-2. We could have entered up to 8 on that. At this point in the game, a perfect score would be 63, but a perfect game overall is going to end up being 63 plus 15, 78, because I'm about to explain to you the final question. It's not like you've done in bars and restaurants. Instead, it is called List 5 in the format. It's going to have 5 answers to it, each one of those 5 being worth 3 points. Now, if you don't write anything, you just get 0 points, which is better than writing the wrong answer, because writing the wrong answer loses you 3 points. So at most, you're going to gain 15 if you get all 5 right. At worst, you're going to lose 15 if you write 5 answers and they're all wrong, but you can get things in between, and if you write nothing in a slot, no risk, then you don't gain or lose the points. You just end up getting 0. So let's see what it is here in hard mode. It better be hard for a hard mode hard final. Vanessa Bayer, Rachel Dratch, Molly Shannon, Kristen Wiig. They were all credited as repertory and or featured cast members on Saturday Night Live in parts of all of 7 different seasons. Name the 5 women who have been credited in more than 7 seasons. So I just gave you Vanessa Bayer, Rachel Dratch, Molly Shannon, Kristen Wiig. They have all been credited in SNL in parts of all of 7 different seasons. There are 5 women who have been credited in more than 7 seasons, more than those ladies. It's your job to write down those names. For each one that you get right, you'll gain 3. For each one you fail to just even write anything, you won't lose or gain any points, but every name that you write that is wrong, you will lose 3. Hard mode, hard mode. Good luck, guys. Can you believe it? You've only got 60 more seconds to think about it. This truly is a hard mode, and not just because of the difficulty, but also because of the time aspect. I'll be quiet. I'll let you think. This is a tough one, I know. 15 more seconds, guys. Coming up with these SNL names. So many different folks have been on there. I'm watching that clock go down for one final shake of the night. Yeah. Time's up. Saturday Night Live. Been around for quite a while now. Since the 70s. And you've been sitting here thinking about those actresses. I guess if you haven't turned it in yet, you have a little bit more time as I remind you about Sporcle Party. How cool will it be tomorrow and that play along with Matt and Derek on the Quiz Lab? It'll be so cool. But again, get on there, give it a go. It's on for Mac and or it's for App Store and Google Play. Give us a rating if you like it. Anytime there's a new app up, that helps a lot to kind of spread the word. So, yeah, we'll say more on other things another day, but let me just go ahead and get to it. When it comes to these Saturday Night Live women, I told you some folks that have been in 7, but there are 5 that have been in more than 7. The first one of those names that comes onto the screen is A.D. Bryant. She's still on there. A.D. Bryant is one of your answers. Let's go again. Are they still on there? Is this person current? No, but she was great when she was there. Amy Poehler is your second answer. Let's go to the third one. It is none other than Cicely Strong. Cicely Strong, nicely done if you thought of that one. There's only 2 more to go. One of them's Kate McKinnon. She's doing great, still on there, cracking up at her every single time. Love the RGB skits. And someone else I used to laugh at a lot on there is Maya Rudolph. So each one of those answers gets you 3 points for potentially a total of 15. Guys, we've done it. We've wrapped this thing up. If you want to know where you ended up among the teams, be sure to check out the Facebook score update as we will get that posted on there. And of course, don't forget to come back here to the YouTube channel of Sporcle for so many cool things. When it comes to Sporcle Live on air, remember that there are theme nights. On Wednesday, we do these themes, and so The Office is actually going to be our theme next week. Also, don't forget, not just on YouTube, but on the Zoom of sporcle.com/virtual, we're actually adding theme nights to those too. So I am most excited that next week there is, in fact, a Tiger King theme. So anyway, I've gotten off of the YouTube channel here. Let me just remind you again that all the fun is here. Get to YouTube while also checking us out on Zoom, of course. But Matt and Derek's Quiz Lab tomorrow. Get the Sporcle Party and play along with them. And then, of course, check out all of our fine content and our great hosts throughout the week. I like to think that I am an okay host, and I'm just happy to get to hang out with the hosts that I do consider great. So check them out each and every night, whether they're presenting you Stump, Opinionation, Themed Sporcle with a Twist. Next week, by the way, will be Sports. Sports is Sporcle Live with a Twist next week. Let us know what you thought about hard mode. And before you leave, if you want to write something in the comments that you think should be a future twist for Sporcle Live with a Twist, do let us know. My name is Fern, coming to you from Columbus. I'll just keep talking into this mic until next week, and I'll see you then.